Harp Season Podcast. DJ Westside and Jay-mo Dejon, we in this motherfucker. You dig?
Yes, sir.
So, today we're gonna go over a few subjects, of course. Starting it out, we've been seeing a whole lot of women and celebs and all these other people talk about this relationship thing. This 50-50. Should relationships be 50-50? Should the woman come in and pay half of the bills and all of this shit? So, I'm gonna say this. In my opinion, no relationship should be 50-50. Not one.
True.
I'm saying this because fuck 50-50. It's supposed to be 100-100. Both of y'all supposed to put 100% into the shit. It's not 50-50. She go 100, you go 100. If she go 100 and you go 100, both of y'all keep that shit 1,000 and y'all gonna be successful. Get what I'm saying?
True.
So, now, as far as like finances and all that type of shit goes, I think that it's just what works for you. It's whatever works for you and your mate. So, one thing I can't stand, though, that I see and hear a lot are lazy bitches who feel like they deserve more than what they putting out.
True.
Or they deserve more than what they bringing to the table.
I feel like that's what I disagree with the most. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like if you can't want a traditional relationship if you're not willing to provide the traditional things. Like,
right.
If I can't pay all the bills, I can't say, okay, if I can't pay all the bills and bring all the bacon home, whatever, it's unfair for me to expect a woman to cook, clean, and all this stuff because I ain't even take care of it. I can't want a traditional relationship if I can't bring what's traditional. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's unfair to expect a man to pay all the bills and everything if you can't do the traditional things too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
on top of that, I just feel like it's not fair to want something that you can't do your goddamn self.
True.
If you can't pay all this shit, like, it's like this. If a bitch want me to buy her a Birkin bag, right? That bitch better have 2-3 Birkin bags her goddamn self.
True.
You get what I'm saying? That's the one thing we got in society these days is lazy bitches who feel like they supposed to have everything that bitches who work hard for their relationship supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? The relationships is, bro, that shit is it's work. True. Marriages and that shit is work, bro. You gotta work towards it. It's hard enough as a man and as a woman in society today, with all the temptation and stuff like Instagram and things. It's hard enough, like, it's hard enough dealing with statistics and dealing with the way people think things are supposed to be.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy because I speak with a lot of my female friends, and some of them have this mentality like they're supposed to meet a guy and he's supposed to come in, he's supposed to pay this, he's supposed to pay that, and I'd be like, okay, so what do? I'm a bad bitch. That's what come with fucking with a bad bitch.
That's funny as hell.
Are you fucking stupid? Okay, yeah. Okay, we'll see your long ass later, because what's gonna happen is your ass gonna after that later on in life, when all your friends got husbands and they got stable lives and they got kids and they got grandkids and it comes a point in life when that shit ain't important no more.
True. Having
a fat ass and being bad and all that shit fade. Give a fuck who you are. At a certain point, that shit is going to fade away.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be young, fine, and a bad bitch forever. So when you get to the point when you goddamn pushing goddamn 40, 50, 60, and then you still out here trying to run around like a bad bitch, and you realize at that point, oh, these niggas ain't looking at me the same. Yeah, I still got a body. Yeah, I still look this way. Or I still can get a nigga to fuck on me, but yeah, a nigga ain't trying to fuck with you and be with your ass. Yeah. See how fucking important that shit is then.
Yeah.
That shit is not important, ladies.
I feel like this is the in my brain, this is where the basis of it comes from. I feel like we talked about this in another episode. I can't remember which one. But I feel like the basis of it is I don't see this happen in no other community.
Oh, of course.
This is the black community. I feel like the black community, when it comes to relationships, I feel like the men have been, the women are overly masculine and the men are overly feminine.
I don't know.
I honestly feel like that's it. Like, I feel like it's kind of, okay, to me, it's easier, if you're a black woman right now that got a college degree, it's easier for you to get a job at a corporation than a black man with a college degree. Just because I feel like that's just where the world has come to now. That's just where it is. Black women are more empowered. They have more going for themselves. And I think the energy behind that has went to, oh, I don't need a nigga. Niggas ain't shit. I don't need a nigga. I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't need this. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying they're way
like
more independent, yeah?
women are more independent, and I feel like the energy behind the independence is that. And I feel like it's created when you connect that to the culture of music and all this stuff, it's created a thing to where it's just like we don't have the family, like a family unit no more. It's not possible. It's possible, but we don't have the family unit and the family structure that most cultures have. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, I don't know. I see, when you really think about it, like, I would like to have a woman on the podcast so just get their point. But I feel like when you look at the whole, like, when I look at both sides, like, realistically, I see both sides in a way. But I think the problem is, the real issue is that I feel like the media has, like, forced us to think two totally different, to turn against each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
separated us.
Yeah, it separated us. And I feel like black people, we always been media driven by everything. And I feel like that's just unfortunately what it is. Like, I was talking to one of my friends about, like, why black men go with white women. But I feel like when you really put it into perspective, black women do the same thing. It's not really it's the money. Like, the money changes people. I feel like, okay, two broke people, if we two broke people in a relationship, okay, money's not involved. We can rely off of how we feel about each other or whatever. But everybody know when it comes to, like, relationships, long-term marriage, love don't even matter. It's about what you bring to the table. That money matters more than anything. So I feel like once you get the prize, once you get the money, it becomes harder to date. As a black person, it becomes harder to date within the black community. Like, and I feel like that's equal as a man and as a woman. Like, if I'm a man and I get, let's just go the stereotypical way. If I'm a man, I play football and I'm used to I'm in high school in the hood and I go to college and I pipe up and get a multi-million-dollar contract. What you expect me to do? Go back to the hood and find a girl in the hood that ain't used to having $1 million, or you expect me to get what's easy for me? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like white women in different cultures, they're not taught to. They don't combat their men like we do in the black community. You know what I'm saying? They don't feel like they're softer. They appear softer. You know what I'm saying? Like, they appear to be more feminine. Their approach is more feminine. So, like, if I got $1 million and I'm getting this energy, and then, like, I'm used to a black woman being aggressive, I feel like if I'm immature, like, I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't feel like that. But I feel like most people, if a white woman come around and, like, she shows me a certain type of intimacy that a black woman never really showed, I'm gonna go that route. And it ain't really got nothing to do with race. It's just the things that come with it's just the things that they were taught, the way that a woman was taught to treat a man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's an issue in the black community. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm always hearing how niggas ain't shit. Like, niggas ain't shit is a thing. Like, I never hear, oh, white boys ain't shit. Oh, it's always niggas ain't shit. And I feel like that phrase, when I hear it, I'm just like, okay, that sounds like it's a black people issue. Like, and I feel like women do the same. Like, when women get money, like, a rich black woman, if she gets the money, once she gets the money, it becomes difficult to date in the black community. Because we have our as men, we got our traditional thing going on. Like, we gotta think, black men, we thinking we like, we gotta make more money. We gotta be the head of the household. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do this, and it becomes difficult for a black woman to date within the black community at that point. So I feel like when it comes to the whole 50-50 discussion, I feel like you said, it depends on your personal take. My personal take is, as a man, to make me feel good, I would like to. I'm not getting married to nobody that I can't take care of the bills. If I can't pay the bills, if I can't financially take care of the roof over our heads, I'm not getting married. But that don't mean that I've seen a relationship where the man took care of all the bills. He paid the mortgage. The woman took care of all the groceries. He never had to walk into a grocery store. She paid all the groceries, and it evens out. It balances itself out over time, because like a mortgage is this, but if you paying for all these groceries, cooking, the time that goes into cooking, the time that goes into kids, the money that goes into kids, it balances itself out. So it's really not 50-50. It's never 50-50. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's my take on this shit.
I just feel like I said, it's a preference thing. Yeah. It's all about preference. It's all about what works for you and your household, you know. Recently, I seen Glorilla say that she's cool with her man, you know, going 50. She cool with 50-50. Her and Cardi B. And these are successful women. The thing is, back to what you were saying as far as in the black community, you know, niggas ain't shit, that phrase, and what else did you just say? It was something you said that really caught my attention. Matter of fact, you said women, they'll date outside their race too. I don't really see that in my opinion, I don't really see that too often. What I see is when black women get money, they feel like they should never date somebody, or they should never date a nigga who don't have money, or a nigga who don't have more than them. That's what I see. Or a nigga who don't have just as much money as them.
Which makes it harder to date within the black community, because as a whole, we all know black people ain't, as a whole, we ain't got.
Yeah, we not as, you know, as our counterparts. We're not as, you know, rich.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I heard Mulatto say this on an interview, and I'm like, damn. Well, a year ago, 2-3 years ago, you were just broke. Well, maybe you weren't broke, but you weren't as financially set as you are now.
True.
So let's just say you got this same dude who was dealing with you at that time, and he really was a good guy to you, and he did everything that you needed him to do. Do you put him on, or do you still stand by them principles that, oh, I can't date a nigga who don't have as much money as me? Is this a thing that is just that's how it gotta be in a woman's perspective, or a black woman's perspective, once she get there? Or is there an exception if it's real love? Because in my opinion, I don't, like, at this point, I don't even know if that shit really exists anymore, bro. Like, I'm not saying that.
I think love exists, but I feel like in America, it's hard to rely on love alone.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I most definitely agree with that.
So I think that's more so. That's more so what it is. As a man, I feel like as a man and a woman, like, I feel like love is cool, but two broke people in a marriage ain't gonna last. Like, the marriage ain't gonna last. Two broke people get married. But if both people, like, if both people that get married got money, so they can learn how to love. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can learn how to love somebody. Like,
yeah.
So I feel like, I don't know,
Maybe.
like,
it's kind of a tough subject.
It's easy to, like, I feel like in today's society, especially when it comes to like dating and all that stuff, you got so many options. Like, I feel like back in the day with our parents and grandparents before social media, you kind of got who you were presented to in the common life. You know what I'm saying? Like, No, you got approached by whoever approached you, and you approach whoever you saw. But I feel like nowadays you can jump in the DMs. You can you can jump on Tinder. You can jump on. It's so easy to get
play.
Like, and I feel like that the lack of effort makes it harder to like. It's for one, it makes it difficult as a. I feel like it would make it difficult as a. It seems like it would make it difficult as a woman to like lower your standards, and it makes it difficult as a man to accept certain things too. Because I was like, okay, if I got all this stuff, like if I can jump in DMs, if I can jump in somebody's DMs, why not just like why I'm dealing with you? I can get any woman I want, or I can get any man I want. I can get whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Like I can go find the person online that's for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like because of that, people not willing to work on relationships like that.
You saying since it's so easily accessible?
True.
Since a situation with someone is so easily accessible,
yeah.
And not only that, you got the variety. You kind of got a platform where you can just pick.
You can pick and choose, you know literally left, right, pick and choose. You just pick your number, and I feel like with that, it's just like everybody know like a successful relationship. That's a friendship. Any kind of relationship, it takes work. Like it takes effort. You have to get to know that person, and you have to over time. I feel like it turns into you have to be willing to learn how to love. I feel like love is like when you identify the things that you don't like, and you still like it's, you know what I'm saying, like. You still gonna go through it and like I got family that I'm like, man, I don't fuck with what they just did, but they my cousin. I don't care. Like if somebody come at me, I'm still gonna, you know what I'm saying, I'm still gonna jump out battle. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's just like that's what love is, and I feel like you can't really create love off of lust. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really create it off of lust alone. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be willing to invest the time into it, and I feel like this today's society is hard to do that. And it's hard for people to just be willing to take that step into people that don't have those bare minimums. I guess for a lot of people, the bare minimum has become money. You know what I'm saying? Like
so for sure, I agree with you to a certain extent. I would say that instead of love being dealing with it, dealing with the things you don't like, I would say a relationship is that. I would say
True.
A relationship would be a true relationship right now would be identifying the things that you don't like and dealing with them long term.
True. Yeah.
And love would be unconditional. Like love is just it's the one thing that you can't really describe. You know.
Yeah. True.
You can go by the dictionary, but everybody love different. You know.
True. Yeah.
Some people may look at love as the things that a person does for them.
True.
Somebody else might look at it as the way a person makes them feel. So a motherfucker might be like, oh, I'm in love with this nigga. I'm in love with this nigga. I'm in love with this bitch. But then again, it might just be the situation.
Yeah.
Or, so it's, in my opinion, it's kind of like undefined but defined.
True.
At the same time, based on the extent you'll go to for a person.
True, yeah.
The extent, like, when I say, I mean, like, what you'll literally do and go through for a person, for the next person that you say you feel something for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that we really facing a crazy, we're in some crazy times right now.
Crisis, like, I feel like it's in the black community, I don't know.
In our community,
we got a crisis right now because it's just...
We so trendy, bro. We follow these trends so hard, and we so fucking brainwashed when it comes to certain shit. It got us fucked up, bro, because we been monkey see, monkey do for so long, bro, that even back to everything we've learned, we learned it from everything else. We don't have an identity for real.
Nope.
So it's like, yeah, we the culture, we the cool people. Yeah, we the cool people. But when it comes to like morals, principles, and the things we stand on, you don't see other cultures and races doing the shit that we do.
They don't. Yeah.
They don't. You don't see people disrespecting dead people. You don't see the other cultures like doing our women the way we do our women, and women doing their men the way they do us. You feel what I'm saying?
True.
Like the disrespect is just not there. You don't see it. I'm sorry. You can put it however. Y'all show me 5 videos of that shit happening in the shit that happens in our culture in another culture.
And if it happened, we don't know about it.
And if it happened, you do not know about it.
We never see it.
Get what? Whoever goddamn, if this white lady getting beat, she getting beat in her house behind closed doors and nobody never ever fucking know it.
Which don't make it right.
It's not right, but we just
it's the idea of
they protect.
That's how important that show. I feel like, well, that happened in the black community too, also. But I feel like that just shows how like
we talking about the protection.
It is.
We talking about the protection of their privacy of their culture. They got a privacy to their culture, to their whole entire race. They don't certain shit they not going, just like it's certain shit we don't go for.
Yeah.
It's certain shit they don't go for.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? And we gotta get there. Next subject, Brittney out. She out.
That girl Brittney.
That girl Brittney that made it to the spin knot. She done made it back to the house, man.
This the downside.
But hey man, I'm glad she home. You know, it's all good. But Brittney knew she was dead ass wrong. She went over there with that goddamn vape pen or whatever with the weed in it. She already knew you can't go to these other countries like that. Me and J-Mo, we done been all over the world. We know what the fuck going on. We go certain places. You do not play with them people like that. You know what I'm saying? You do not play. You can't play with no fucking weed.
It's not America.
Everywhere, bro. Anywhere you go, your ass better be clean. Unless you get that shit when you get there.
Cleaner than clean. I wouldn't even get it when I get there.
You
Stay
feel me?
all the way clean.
Whatever. You feel what I'm saying? All I'm saying is if you gonna do it, wait till you situate and let somebody bring you there or whatever. But you do not try to take that shit over there with you, because them folks are not gonna play with your ass.
Listen, especially Russia.
Come on, man.
Especially Putin and Russia.
Especially fucking Russia.
He got especially that.
We know that these folks don't like us. Come on now. You got to be real.
They do not like us.
They can't wait. You're a basketball star. They can't
smart.
Wait.
He know exactly what he's doing.
I feel like that was a whole goddamn situation. That was a plan. Cause
it was a plan.
You feel me? Because you got to look at who they got. This
look like an Avengers episode, bro.
You got to look at who they got out. So if y'all don't know who was released, we're talking about one of the fucking most notorious.
What they call him? The Merchant of Death.
He's the Merchant of Death. If you don't know who was released, if y'all don't know who we traded, what's her face? Who we traded Brittney for? Yeah.
The Merchant of Death.
The Merchant of Death.
When you type in the Merchant of Death on Google, this man comes up.
Yeah, man. If y'all type in what's his name, Victor Bout is he was an international arms dealer. He was supplying.
He's almost so powerful in that realm to where he kind of comes off as a super villain. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
He supplied weapons to terrorists that was planning attacks domestically in America and other countries. He was basically supplying the whole world with weapons. That's why they call him the Merchant of Death. And I just feel like
almost to the point where he almost finessed America.
He did finesse America.
To where they was about to buy guns
they
from
bought
him.
guns from
they
him.
did. They did buy him, okay.
They bought guns from him at one occasion without knowing because he appeared to be untouchable.
Yeah, this guy was that dude, basically.
Yep.
So when it came to dealing arms and like really being out here doing it on the biggest level. If you think about selling guns on the most biggest level to the point we had like 60 airplanes or some shit, like sending out guns and shit. Yeah. And like where you could call him or you get in touch with him, he could send you army worth.
That's how he did it. That's how he grew his empire so bad, because he would sell these. He owned these private planes that he would sell with his guns. He would provide his own transportation for the weapons.
Yeah.
He don't have to go through the airport. He don't have to go through customs. He got his own transportation
he's sending it.
for the weapons.
He's
so that's how he was able to get terrorists their weapons and all these people their weapons without getting caught.
big money. And
Too
you gotta
bad.
understand, like, you guys, that's who we that's who we traded back to Russia for Brittney. So I'm not sure if, I hate to say this, I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way, but is that worth it?
I'm glad Brittany out. I mean, I feel like she was in there. It's kind of, even though I do think it was stupid on her part, but it was kind of insane, the charges that they had.
It was harsh. It was most definitely harsh.
It was definitely harsh. But at the same time, the other side of me is like,
you can't go over there with that bullshit.
I feel like it's a known fact not to go into another country
with bullshit.
With anything that's remotely equivalent to bullshit. Like, why don't get on a plane with a cannabis?
Yeah,
with a cannabis vape. I wouldn't even go on a plane with a vape going into Russia of all places. We already know what they on. I would never do that. But I just feel like who they traded her for just goes to show what the ultimate plan is, and it's kind of scary.
Yeah,
I'm glad she out.
Terrifying.
I'm glad she home, but it's actually scary because Russia is in a war right now that could potentially turn into a world war, and we just released to
the
merchant of death, someone that is
more than capable of
funding a world war against America or against whoever.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe Biden maybe Biden done thought of something. Maybe they done stripped him of all his intel or something. I don't know. But
he in Russia right now, so
but
he out
back
of
in
control.
Russia. It's like when you get out. It's like when you go to jail and you get out and you hit the block again. Niggas is back. I'm back, nigga. What's that? I'm ready to go. So we know he ready for it. He ready. He
you look
back
at
and
the
he
video
ready.
of him. He's smiling. He just hugging.
Oh,
people.
he happy.
He happy to be back in custody.
Oh yeah, and you never know how it might go. You dig? So yeah, that's that, man. Free Brittney, we glad you home. But don't do that again. The merchant, don't do that dumb shit again. And the merchant of death out here now. So y'all know that part. Before we get into our last subject, our artist of the hour is
24 Heavy.
My dog, my brother, man, 24 Heavy. What's up, brother, man? You know it's our love. 24 Heavy came to our live event and did his song. It was fucking lit, bro. I'm talking about amazing performance. You know what I'm saying? And he got he got some shit out right now called Money Therapy. 6 days ago, it just released. It's a dope ass song. You know what I'm saying? Heavy, you keep doing your thing, bro. You know it's love from my end and Jay-mo, man. We do this shit for real. Harp season, man. We gonna keep this shit going, man. But 24 Heavy, man, originally from the Westside, you know what I'm saying? That's my dog. We grew up together. Simpson Road, Ashford Street, the Bluff, all of that area. You know what I'm saying? Real Atlanta niggas, for real. Heavy went and did a little time, you know what I'm saying? But my boy came home and he got down, hit the ground running, and it's been very, very humbling and what's another word? I can't even describe the energy he came home with and jumped right back into work mode, and he went all the way back up, you know what I'm saying? And he doing his thing right now. Go check out a lot of his music, you know what I'm saying? Spotify, all platforms, y'all go type in 24 Heavy, and just, check his music out. Money Therapy is the latest. Y'all go check it out. This election, man, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little nervous at first.
I was super nervous.
I was nervous because I just didn't know, man. I didn't know because I'm going to be honest. Herschel Walker him being in office, it just worried me. It worried me so much. Like, the man's lack of knowledge, his lack of experience, just lack of just the illiteracy. I just didn't, but I think I know what killed him, though. I know what fucked this whole campaign up. When he made his fucking speech about being a werewolf, they took his ass out.
That was wild.
That shit was wild. It didn't make no fucking sense.
It didn't make sense.
Y'all go check that whole thing out. Just type in Herschel Walker werewolf speech, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
The crazy thing is, he also wanted to be a vampire at one point in his life.
Yeah, he wanted to be a vampire.
Yeah, now he want to be a werewolf.
Now he want to be a werewolf. He figured that was important enough to kind of talk about. So, You know, I want y'all to go check that shit out because I most definitely thought it was like some of the dumbest fucking shit I ever seen in my life. But, you know, hey.
I ain't gonna lie, it kind of looked like a werewolf.
That ain't like a werewolf, don't it?
Slick look like one.
He look like a werewolf a little bit.
That boy look like a werewolf.
Herschel like he'll bite a nigga.
He look like he look like he'll bite somebody else.
He like he'll transform on the moon. On the full moon, he like he'll transform.
That boy look like he finna rip somebody apart with his bare hands.
But you know, as a black man, I salute Herschel on everything, all his accomplishments. But you know, at the same time, everybody ain't made to be
In
politics, dog. Like, we gotta cut it out, man. I really feel like it's a few things in the government and in society that we need to change. First of all, I feel like you should have to at least have some experience in politics to be a politician. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have at least give them at least 90 days or something in a class or some shit to where you gotta at least learn some of this shit, because we getting too many celebrities running for people of influence to just run for shit.
Trump.
And then when they win, and Trump, we know who started. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at Trump. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like,
he started it.
He started it.
He gave everybody confidence. Every celebrity that was thinking about running for something, he gave them confidence to run.
What's the name did it? Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know,
he was the first.
Yeah, so.
But Trump took it to the next level.
Yeah, he became president.
Arnold
so
Schwarzenegger is an actual legit politician.
And on top of that, Arnold not even from here. You know,
That's
Arnold
true,
not even American. So it's like, y'all understand we the land of the free, but we gotta fucking draw the line somewhere. Like, somewhere gotta be like, okay, well, you got to be done did this in order to be in this position. Like, that's the most powerful position in the world.
True.
And a person who had no experience in politics became the most powerful figure in the United States.
True.
Like,
not to get into conspiracy theories, but did you know that every single one of the presidents is related?
What you mean?
With the exception of Trump. Look it up. Every last one of the presidents are related.
Are related?
They are related.
Even Obama?
Even Obama.
Oh, that's
They're
deep.
related to it. I forget the king's name, but it's some king.
You should put me up on one then.
Yeah, every single one. Like, if you Google it, it actually comes up. I didn't believe it when I first heard it, but I researched it. Every last one of the presidents have DNA connection of some sort.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. So there you have it. There you have it. That's why he was so different.
Except for Trump.
He ain't part of the family.
He ain't part of the family. He ain't invited to the cookout.
So, you know, man, but back to what I was saying, man, politics is just crazy. And I feel like, you know, in order to be in certain positions, you should most definitely have to go through something psychological, you know what I'm saying? So, like a psychological evaluation. Some type of, just something, even to be a cop. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason we got all these situations, because these cops are poorly trained. Not only are they poorly trained, they don't analyze these guys, you know?
Yeah.
It's so easy to become an authoritative figure or a political figure. It's so easy. It's like,
it's simple.
It's simple. Like, all you gotta be is 18 and go to the academy, and then they give you a badge and you can go out here and kill somebody.
Yep.
You know, and it's like,
easy.
And it's not. In order to be a cop, it should be like you should have to train for at least a year on basic human behavior and just talking to people.
I think as a cop, you should have to have at least an undergraduate degree in psychology.
You know, something, yeah, because you're dealing with people.
Forensics of some sort. You should understand. You should understand the way
people think,
people act,
and think.
People with mental problems act. You should understand cultures, how different cultures talk. You should understand all of this. Yeah,
you need to understand something, man, because it's just out of hand, man. You know, and I think that's the reason we have a lot of these murders. The reason we have a lot of these bad things happening between cops, and because they're not analyzing, they're not trained, and just all this other shit. You know, so yeah, man. Yeah, man, we had it's been one hell of a week so far. You know what I'm saying? Next podcast, I want to talk about the Shanquilla Robinson situation, bro. Like, You know,
That's
I've been
crazy.
following that story, and that shit is just insane, bro. You know,
Crazy.
I'm so sorry that happened to the girl. And in my opinion, you know, before I get all the way into it, like I said, I want to hold this for next show. But everybody who was involved in that, from what I see, seems to be guilty. Except for the other guy, I forgot his name, the one dude. He seems to. I think he's telling the truth, but you just never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, sad case. You know, shout out to her family, and I pray that they get justice. So we're gonna end it here, man. You know, shit. It's another episode, man. We did this shit. Y'all stay tuned, man. It's up, like Kanye said.
Up.
It's up. God damn it. Episode 3, man. Y'all stay tuned. We gonna holler at y'all next time, and be blessed, be safe. Shout out to the real niggas.
Yes, sir. I'm bringing the net and the Yahoo bottom to the next one.
I'm putting my mask on.
I'm talking like this for the whole episode.
Nigga, I'm putting my mask on, nigga.
Hey, I might bring my mask too. You know, I got the little
Oh yeah, you
mask
got a mask. Yeah, I'm bringing my mask, nigga. I'm dressing
bring
up.
my shiesty man. I'm do my whole podcast episode in the shiesty mask.
It's up, man. We love y'all, man. Be safe. Harp season, we gone.
Yes, sir.